Welcome to Chronic Combat Conversations, a live look at our best bets, picks, and predictions for every UFC event with your hosts, TB Scouting MMA and
The Guru back again for UFC Vegas 70. Nikita Krylov taking off, taking on, not taking off, taking, or maybe taking off. I don't know what the hell's going to happen in this crazy fight. Whereas Ryan Spann, your light heavyweight main event for as long as it lasts. But before we can get into that, you may recognize our special guest today. You may have seen him beating up a bookie on the side of Philly, right? You may have seen him walking down the street, smoking some pot. You may have seen him, you may have seen him eating a lunch so big it could feed 3 African villages for a year, right? I don't know what this guy is out here, man. Mushroom Philly, from fan to family. Welcome to the show. Congratulations on the debut of your YouTube channel tomorrow. Unbelievable. Couldn't be happier to have you on, my friend.
I just want to thank you guys so much. It really means a lot to me. You guys even giving me the credibility to be on your show. I really love it. Thank you guys. And I just say, let's get into it and let's make some fucking money for these people.
Listen, bro, you've been punishing those bookies more than those lunches were punishing your stomach, bro. So you have earned your right to be here. So thank you for giving us your time, my friend.
Shout out the GOAT, Tajik Bey, hopping in the chat. He knows who the king of Philly is. Now, the only thing we ask is, Tajik, we love you, buddy, but unblock the Guru.
Don't know
that would be amazing.
We can talk about it. I don't know what I did.
It's all good. We would love to have you on one day, too. That would be amazing. So anyways, awesome. Now that we've got Mushroom Philly here, before we get into this card, people, please like and subscribe. It means a lot. Free content, free bets, best guess, everything, always. And we always want to keep on this party running here because that's what we do at Chronic Combat, baby. So, hey, what you drinking? What you smoking? Because we're starting off main event time, baby. So I hope you're ready. Because it is party time. We got Nikita, the minor Krylov, versus Ryan, Superman Spann. I didn't even do it this time, Guru. I gave them their real nicknames.
They deserve it.
Let's do it, man. Because honestly, this fight, this is like worth the price of admission. And I know the price of admission is like a quarter of the monthly fee for ESPN Plus, but it's going to be fucking worth it for this fight. Because, dude, this is all action all the time. I mean, Nikita Krylov, dude. I mean, he's only been to a few decisions in his career, and, you know, you got to be one of the top-notch guys as far as durability goes to make it that far. Or you got to be really dangerous. And, oh, man, look at that, Ryan Spann. He's dangerous. And Krylov, he's shown to get in some firefights. So, man, we're at minus 170 Krylov, plus 145 Spann. The over 1.5, plus 100. The under 1.5. I believe might have fucked that up because how do we get plus money on both? I'm an idiot. But anyways, yeah, dude, it's right around that. I think it's minus 115 for the under 1.5 at that point. And I just had a little typo as I did that. But listen, I get it. These guys are going to come out to bang. We saw Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. I mean, you land a few check left hooks. And what's going to happen with Ryan Spann? You land a nice head kick from this karate Kyushin black belt. Nikita Krylov, Kyokushin karate black belt. He throws these crazy head kicks. Listen, Magomed Ankalaev said, fuck this. I'm not playing on the feet. We're going for takedowns. So, listen, Krylov, I know his accuracy isn't the best, but it's much better than Spann's. And his defense really ain't that bad from distance. What I'm really worried about is, here's that neck, Ryan. Yeah. I got hurt. Let me go shoot for a takedown, and here's that neck. So, is it Gilly City? Because Ryan Spann's submission plus 450 if that's the way you want to slide. Like, that's the way I think Ryan Spann wins this fight. Nobody clean knocks out Nikita Krylov. Choke him out, especially at the UFC level. So if you want to go Ryan Spann, you go ahead and do that. But if not, I feel pretty good about Nikita Krylov. I understand it's going to be sketchy as fuck, let's be honest. And minus 170, we're getting a bit away from where I'd like to be as far as playing a money line. But listen, Krylov, inside the distance, you're going to get enough of that back. But Ryan Spann's not going 5 rounds here, okay? Whether he finishes the fight or gets finished.
Jeez,
I'm not sure about the over-under at the 1.5, but Guru,
Yeah.
What do
So
you got for me?
I got a couple different things here. So first thing I want to talk about is that Ryan Spann submission, plus 500 on FanDuel. So that's just absolutely nuts. The book is just not paying attention there, in my opinion.
You're on block, baby. Let's go.
Appreciate that so much, my man. Let's have a wonderful friendship. Ryan Spann, man, he is somebody that has shown to be absolutely dangerous from basically anywhere, right? I mean, he knocks out Misha Serkinov bad quickly, but I mean, a lot of people do, right? One of the things that does stand out to me is that Sam Alvey fight, split decision, not really a good look at all. At all. You know, I mean, knocking out Nogueira in your, a while, when is that, 2019? I don't know. Just, I listen, I can sit here and poke holes in both of these guys. Let's be honest. One of the big ones, I hate to play MMA math. One of the big ones to me is kind of the Johnny Walker fight. It just kind of encapsulates the inevitable, like just the levels of fight IQ. Sure, Nikita Krylov does make a lot of mistakes, but Ryan Spann also makes a lot of mistakes. And he had that fight won versus Johnny Walker and goes for a takedown and just gets elbow smashed to oblivion. And he knocks out Dom Reyes live. We saw that, incredible, in 90 seconds, and says, "Oh, I just started training," whatever. Does anybody, like, do we believe that? Is that supposed to, like, sell me on you more? Imagine if this guy actually trained. Like, we think he's John Jones. Like, to me, that's like, that's an issue to me. That's not really a sticking point, a selling point, something that I think is a positive. And either way, to me, it's a narrative. So, like TB had said earlier, he didn't like minus 170, and neither do I. I got minus 150 earlier in the week, and I was fairly heavy on that with his parlay that I may hedge out of. We can talk about it. So I'm fairly sizably deep into a minus 150 with Krylov and a little Tatiana action.
You're telling me we're going to need to have a conversation
about, maybe including some chronic
and
about some combat.
All right, that's it. I think it's time.
It's been too long. We need to hear from Mushroom Philly. Please tell me the Mushroom is predicting some fucking violence here. Tell me.
So I picked this fight to go to decision. No, I'm only fucking around. Listen, this is fucking violence personified. Both of these guys can fucking kill each other, and they can do it pretty quick. I'm usually a guy that likes to sprinkle those late rounds. I'm not wasting my fucking money this time on them late round sprinkles. I don't know that it finishes under that 1.5 that they're calling, but I don't think it goes to like round 3 or anything like that. On the Krylov side, he's well-rounded. Sometimes he'll chain some takedowns, and he's got a decent chin. He's got decent cardio, but God, his fucking sub defense is so fucking suspect. And then you're on the other side. You got fucking Ryan Spann. This dude is fucking massive. He's got power in his fucking hands. Got a decent jab. He does have a 50% takedown defense. He's got cardio issues, it seems to me. Like in a 5-round fight, I don't see it going that long, but if it did, he'd look like shit. And I don't know that Krylov will look any better. But another thing about Spann, he's a good hammer, but I think he's not that good of a nail. Obviously Krylov has to be careful on the ground with fucking Spann because, with all of Spann's power, he still does have 12 subs under his record. I mean, the guy can get your fucking neck, and he can take you the fuck out with that. That all being said, I'm still going to go with Krylov inside the distance as my play for this fight. I don't think I'm actually going to get to a bet on it, but that's my pick.
I love that, obviously, for main reasons that I have Krylov parlayed, but I picked him for the same reasons that you guys are talking about. I mean, you look at these stats, right, and they're overwhelmingly in Krylov's favor. Yes, obviously there is the volatility aspect, but that's kind of all fights, and maybe especially even these fighters too, right? But you look at that pace from distance, 16 strikes per minute for Nikita Krylov. He's spending 40% of his fight times in control position, where Spann is spending 21% of his times being controlled. He's not controlling his opponents nearly as much. He's literally split at 22%. So I like Nikita Krylov to get it done, certainly at my price range. Would I be surprised if Ryan Spann spoils some plans? No, not really. But I'm taking it. So let's go.
All right. And listen, Krylov is Ryan Spann is a guy I faded with Misha Serkunov. Just to make things clear. Like he's made progressions in his game. He's obviously got power, but there's so many holes, and it's clear why he's the underdog. But I understand if you guys got a dog play here. I just can't bring myself to do it. I'll be quite honest. It's Nikita Krylov. And boys, I think that'll bring us on to our co-main event here. We got Andre Muniz versus Brendan Allen. Yeah, Andre Muniz minus 225. Certainly a bit wider than where I was hoping to originally cash it at. But I wanted to wait, do my due diligence, and not get ahead of myself. And listen, I mean, Brendan Allen, he's certainly going to be the better boxer, I'd say. But I think, like, as far as like kicks and general power, I think Muniz is a bit more willing to sell out in his shots when he's on the feet from distance. Not that he really throws much, but heavy body kicks, heavy head kicks. He does, have a decent one too. Outstriking Uriah Hall from distance really ain't, much to write home about, but he certainly did it. So, 12 of 32 compared to 3 of 17. Hey, for a guy that's only supposed to be a grappler, once again, it is Uriah Hall. So, listen, I mean, he's been not beyond being controlled, as we've seen against Antonio Arroyo, someone else who's a higher level grappler, where you can certainly slate Brendan Allen in that conversation. It's just, I really hate Brendan Allen's wrestling. I mean, he's one of the guys where Sean Strickland was like, you know what? Let me get a takedown on this motherfucker. Like, it's that easy. Christophe Jacko puts Brendan Allen on his back. So Andre Muniz is going to end up with top control at some point. I'm just not necessarily convinced that it ends up with a submission per se. It's round 3 or decision for Muniz for me. If I had to choose a prop here, because I'm not sure he does it early. I think Brendan Allen actually, his jiu-jitsu is really good. I think his striking is solid enough to not get knocked out by a guy like Muniz on the feet. I would really hope not. And I think if he ends up on bottom, I mean, he's dangerous enough. When I've seen, like, Jocko, he throws up some crazy, crazy scrambles and submission attempts to get out of that bottom position that he accrued. Now, certainly he ends up there, and I think Muniz is going to be safe enough not to have position completely reversed. But, like, Uriah Hall also ends up on top for the last 5 seconds of round 2. Muniz actually, if he goes a little for something, it's not like Brendan Allen couldn't capitalize. But end of the day, Muniz round 3 decision, I'm getting plus 275 on it.
No, it's no way. And then here's why. I don't like it. It's not even that I don't hate it. I actually don't like it.
Wow, we're taking a whole other step.
Yeah, I don't like it. And
okay,
here's why. Who did Brendan Allen fight? Okay, Christophe Jocko, who is absolutely not good at all, right? Okay, somebody that wants to stand there and strike with you, has absolutely no ground game, doesn't want to go there. Jacob Malkoun loves to wrestle, scramble fest with Brendan Allen. Debatable that Brendan Allen even won. Jacob Malkoun doesn't have a single submission attempt in the UFC. He doesn't have a submission win. He doesn't try to submit people. Not his game at all. It's one of the reasons why he's not a great fighter to bet on, because he wants to take you down, but he doesn't actually look to submit you. Then you've got Sam Alvey. Okay, well, how's that fight go? There's no grappling from Sam Alvey there. Punahele Soriano. We all want Punahele Soriano to grapple. Does Punahele Soriano grapple? No. He stands there, strikes, and gets gassed out in 7 minutes. Carl Roberson, another guy. Oh, you should be a decent grappler, a decent kickboxer. He doesn't do it much. He doesn't do anything. And he's still got 200 and, he's still got some control time. So, I know he actually didn't get any control time. Sorry, I'm looking at Kyle Dawkins' numbers, who got control time on him. But Kyle Dawkins, no longer in the UFC. 464 seconds of control time.
And it happens like almost the entirety of round 3. Like Brendan Allen, that's why I'm saying if Brendan Allen ends up
but you're not
having
okay.
his
No, I understand. I'm still not done with my point, my friend.
Fair enough.
Now we'll get back to what I'm saying. You're facing guys that have no interest in either A, taking you down, or B, when they take you down, have no interest in submitting you. He's got a 50% takedown defense. He's going down early, and instead of Jacob Malkoun scrambles, it scrambles with Andre Muniz ending in a submission.
Ooh, shit. All right, Guru. So Muniz was a parlay piece anyways, and I might just need to
Andre Muniz by sub plus 120. Andre Muniz by sub on FanDuel plus 125. To me, that is decent enough. Otherwise, I like the money line parlayed out or whatever. Right. You want to lay it straight up at minus 220. Nah. I don't love it. I mean, listen, now he's up to minus 245 on FanDuel. So
sheesh. I got a couple pieces cooking. Don't worry. We'll find the right recipe.
But I think he's gonna win. Brendan Allen it adds legitimacy to Andre Muniz's otherwise kind of discreditable resume. Whereas Brendan Allen's not expected to win in this spot. Anytime he's taken a step up in competition, you've seen what happens. Chris Curtis, Strawn Strickland. Mushroom, I'm so sorry, dude. We have been way too long without us, and nobody even wants to hear what we have to say. We want to hear what the fuck you have to say. So, without further ado.
Well, Guru, I think you're going to like what I have to say because I'm going to agree with a lot of your points. Listen, Muniz, he still seems to be improving. I mean, he's a decent striker. Look, he gets takedowns. He's got like a 44% takedown offense, so he gets them. He's got pretty decent BJJ. I do worry that he's kind of chinny, but I'm not worried about like Allen being able to put him out. 4 takedowns per 15. He's way better on the ground, in my opinion. I mean, not leaps and bounds, but he's better for sure. Let's go with Allen. He mixes up the striking and grappling. He may be, just maybe, the better striker. But, man, he's less volume. And, man, he's got suspect takedown defense. And he's kind of chinny as well, I think. I know the last time he's been subbed was in, like, 2016 or something. But the next time he's going to be subbed is February 25th of 2023. So, yeah, absolutely. So, Muniz by sub is my pick as well. There you go in the green at the bottom. Oh, I can't see. Where the fuck to go?
I love it.
Let's go, baby. All right, boys. Listen, I can get down with that action.
You can get down with that action?
Yeah, well, okay. So, look, Andre Muniz has fought like less than half the total amount of UFC fight time as Brendan Allen, but he still only has one less submission attempt. And who has even really tried to submit Brendan Allen? Maybe Kevin Holland in his debut. That was it.
Right. Exactly. And so there's another I want to talk about it really quick. There's a narrative going out there that Andre Muniz doesn't have good cardio. Okay. And I'd like somebody to explain it to me because from what I've seen, he hasn't been in his fights very long. If you want to go back to his UFC debut at Antonio Arroyo, okay, you can go back to his debut. To me, I'm almost going to chalk it up to jitters or whatever. You've seen him finish Fabinski, Souza, and Anders quickly, round 1, right? And then Uriah Hall, he lays on top of the entire time. Where's the narrative that he's got bad cardio? Like, I just don't know where it came from. He hasn't been in fights long enough for you to even say it. Sure, the word I'd like to use, and I use it in our notes all the time, I'll let the listeners know. I use the word questionable because questionable doesn't have to mean terrible because it doesn't. It just means I have questions there. Questionable. So maybe he has questionable cardio. Fine. But it's certainly not poor cardio.
I worry about what he would look like late. That's what I would worry about. With a lot of those, what do you learn about the guy when he's getting all these early finishes? It would be suspect at best. You know what I'm saying? Questionable is a great way to put it. So I absolutely do love that. But I think he rolls here anyway, and I think it's probably like a second round submission, even something like that as well. So
I think I've been convinced to lay off my prop and just focus on finding that secure second leg here. And I think I got a few options coming up. So we'll parse through the recipe. But
Yeah,
as
'cause
we move on to this next fight, please,
that's
guys.
true. That's true. As opposed to make sure you like and subscribe too. That's very, very important, and share it around. I just think it's important as well that on that fight you don't necessarily put the whole bankroll, the whole bet on Andre Muniz by submission. I think it's almost may even be a little bit more than a grandma's couch cushion. It may be under both couch cushions you reach for that one. I kind of
Okay.
I really like the sub, but I don't necessarily think that it's like I think Andre Muniz even parlayed out or if you got the money for it, playing him straight up is still possibly the better play.
Perfect analogy for you. I'm rolling a joint. I'm putting in a shit ton of bud to, like that's the Andre Muniz money line. I'm going to sprinkle a little Keef on top, like that's the submission play. All right. Right. You like that?
No, I guess so. You're all right, I guess.
All right. So anyways, we got our next fight, the heavyweight. We got the featured bout. Who's going to sleep here?
Me.
That's
terrible.
Let's put it this. I mean, Augusto Sakai, no matter how much that man runs, I think he's just going to have those skin flaps. So I feel for him. He's been getting in better shape. Dontel Mays, Lord Kong, the dog in this matchup.
I'm the dog, the big bad dog.
So Sakai,
Lord Kong. Did you call him Lord Kong?
Yeah.
All right, Lord Kong. I wanted to make sure you got it right.
Yeah.
You can't call him Mr. Kong or King Kong. You got to get the Lord
Not
right.
Mr.
He
Lord.
was lorded.
Okay, all right.
Right, as a lord when you own a piece of property, because knighted is you get knighted, you don't get lorded, right?
Yeah,
lorded is just my lord, right? But a lord is just somebody that owns property.
Yeah, landlord.
That's all that means.
Yeah,
it's nothing really that special. It's just feudalism.
Yeah, you're a feudal ass. Yeah. So I mean, Augusto Sakai. The question is my dude.
How scrambled is your brain?
Where are you at right now? That's really the question. Because if you're there and you're fully there, you're fine. And minus 135 is like God's gift type of line. However, I just have skepticism overall. And let me put it this way: Dontel Mays. What, we're still at a Jackson Wink? Is that really the truth? Because God, I really don't think you're really making improvements there at this stage of their, where they're at as a gym. I don't think anybody's really improving their overall MMA game. Like they may be getting in their rounds, but they're not advancing in the current state of MMA. We're still cage pushing. We're still front kicking. We're still looking to score points instead of create damage. And, listen, groin strikes to the face ended up softening up Parisian enough. Once you get that smell going, you're much more willing to give into crucifix to get out of the gangbang position. So yeah, overall, I mean, listen, Dontel Mays, I just don't trust you to actually land the takedowns in this matchup consistently before Sakai lands enough volume. Because Sakai's volume is going to be more damaging.
You got to give Mays a little bit of credit, right? He did just fight the greatest heavyweight of all time in the history of the UFC. I mean, it's maybe in the history of MMA. The GOAT. I have a poster of him over. He's the GOAT.
Hamdi Abdel Wahab, the one and only. And quite honestly, he was actually pretty fucking good until he got his eye got all fucked up. And yeah, no, it was probably due to the steroids. But that dude was he was winging punches. His wrestling was actually legit. I was impressed.
Somebody's out to get him, man. That's a fake. That's fake news. It's a fake sample. Somebody tainted it. We have lawyers looking into it, so don't worry about it.
Hamdi goated for life. So
yeah, 100%.
I mean, listen, it's really tough for me to make a pick on this.
This is what I've got for you, okay? And this is what I've got for you. You guys can all run this one to the bank. You ready? This slop fest is going to decision.
Yes.
Plus 166.
Yes.
And here's why. They both suck too much to finish each other.
Yes.
They both have been finished too much. And they're going to play patty cake. They're going to fall all over each other. They're going to get close. They'll be inches from death. They'll have somebody like Mike Beltran in there or something, and they will go to the distance, and it'll be excellent.
Delicious.
Plus 166. It's the best thing. It's like rooting for, I don't know, horses to run around the track. It's like, go, just keep going. Don't stop. And that's all you have to root for. You just have to root for them to keep fighting. and that's awesome because otherwise you're just gonna be bored anyway.
I mean, Dirty Reg, you make a good point. I get it. But I've been like killing myself on some of these level of competition arguments. And sometimes it works with like Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelles. And sometimes it doesn't work when,
don't bring it up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I was going to say Derek.
I don't want to fucking hear about last week.
I was going to say Derek Lewis and Sergey Spivak.
I don't want to hear about that one either. That makes
But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it's all, I think the most important thing is kind of remembering that styles make fights here. And,
dude, he lost
shout
that.
out Ice Viking.
He lost that. Dontel Mays.
Oh, man, what's up? What's up, Ice Viking? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man?
Chat.
Dude, thanks so much for popping in, man. Dude, all I have to say is Dontel Mays lost to fucking, what's his name? Alan Crowder on Dana White's Contender Series a million years ago. Like, he is not. He's just no bueno. So,
all right.
Fight goes a distance. Little grandma's couch cushion play. The little degeneracy play. We're going to say save your money a lot this week. We have a major pay-per-view next week. This week is for being smart, maybe adding a little bit extra to the bankroll for next week, but it's making sure you're not bankrupt for next week. Yes. So Mushroom Philly, please break it down for us like you're going to break down one of them lunch specials.
Well, I think you're going to be happy with my pick because I actually think this fight goes to decision as well. Sakai, he's a Muay Thai striker. He's probably, obviously better on the feet. But I think anymore he's kind of lumbering and he's slowed down a little bit. Now, I know he's got that good clinch control, but he can't stop a fucking takedown. And unlike TB, I want to say that Dontel Mays is going to get back to his fucking wrestling, and he's going to take him down. He's going to hold him enough. He's going to do enough on the ground to win by decision. So I'm going Dontel Mays by decision. I don't want to break down this fight too much. I think we spent too much time on it already, to be honest.
I agree. 100,000%.
A slop fest.
I love that, Mushroom. I love that.
Tell you what, I can tell you who's definitely going to lose this fight. It's the fucking fans. They're going to be the fucking losers of this fight. That's for sure.
That's the one, man. This is it's gonna be pretty brutal. So yeah, let's not waste too much money on that. But
I love talking shit about fights. I love watching all live fights. I love it. We got a lot of events this week, right? We got PFL and Bellator this week, right?
Yeah, we got a lot of action going on. Got a lot of action. And ultimately, yes, decision, man. Either way, I could see it going either way. Play decision. That makes sense.
It's the final countdown.
So Tatiana, she's back for Tatiana Suarez versus Montana De La Rosa. The first of the, maybe not the first, but definitely in the line.
Whoa, what is this? Time out. Neither of these girls have nicknames, and neither of them get a TB nickname. That's how you're gonna pull this. That's how it is. Jeez. You know what? I don't even want to hear your bullshit. Just keep breaking down the fight. Go. I don't. Just keep going.
Well, I was about to give Montana.
No, you were not. No, you were.
Yeah, I said
you were not.
Because I was gonna say like Montana. She was like the first of like the failed UFC relationship. Her and Mark both brought. So
aren't they still together? I don't think that's true.
No, but it's just like Mark De La Rosa was so trash they had to cut him from the UFC and like try another gimmick, like instead. I'm just saying she's in the
terrible.
Line.
Boo! Boo this man. Somebody in the chat, boo this man.
I did a terrible job. I should have had some TB nicknames.
I know.
So Tatiana -750. I've seen her at Extreme Couture, seen her at UFC PI, seen her training with Patchy Mix and his team. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And that southpaw stance, good body kicks, aggressive wrestling, on the front foot, aggressive. Like this is a banana peel fight. I told oh my God, no. This is a deep fake. I'm about to block it again. No, I'm just kidding. So ultimately it's like Tatiana, and it's gotta be like, quite frankly, Montana's done a great job of surviving against other fighters. It's just not gonna happen here. It won't. And if she does, it's because Tatiana slipped and fell on banana peel. Whether it's a re-injury occurs, something happens where Tatiana has to take her foot off the gas, because when you see how violent she is on the mat when she gets top control, I mean, there's no Montana De La Rosa go for a deep half guard transition here. That's going to just result in sanctioned murder, quite frankly.
remember that fake Twitter thing that went around that there was like a female Khabib coming?
Yeah.
This is the actual female
This is the
Khabib
one.
coming.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
The
So
one.
she's
She just needs to stay
absolute-
healthy.
Montana De La Rosa, she does need to stay healthy. Montana De La Rosa is just somebody, when you even look at the stats, right? She's just somebody, she does not have 63% takedown defense against somebody with a 62% takedown efficiency. She's going down. 10 takedown attempts per 15 minutes is absolutely astronomical. 75% control percentage is by far the highest I've ever seen in looking at these stats. And we've been looking at these stats for years now. TB, is that the highest you've ever seen?
Which stat was
75% control percentage for Tatiana
That's
Suarez.
Yeah, that's just as far as someone that has like that many UFC fights and like 51 minutes of UFC.
No, but it's insane. 75% in control and the other 23% at distance. That's 100%. That's it. It's insane. She's going to die. She's fought good fighters.
Yeah.
Carla Esparza, Alexa Grasso, Nina Nunes.
Listen, Amanda Cooper got 26 seconds of control. Maybe Montana can get 30.
Macy Barber got 420 seconds of control.
Yeah. It says all you need to know, man. And honestly, I like round 1 or 2 for Tatiana.
It's Tatiana Suarez whenever she wants it. If she wants to get out of there in and out quickly and save her, she wants to play with her food, she's going to do that too. I do kind of like the round 1 or 2. Let me look at what that is on round FanDuel here.
Oh, on FanDuel. Word.
It's always better on FanDuel.
No, you're right. One championship this weekend.
Plus 175. Oh, and Jake Paul.
Shit.
I'm actually going to watch Jake Paul.
Damn, you got plus 175?
Plus 175. Right, 1 or 2. I actually think, if anybody cares, I actually think Jake Paul is going to beat Tommy Fury.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure.
No, but like that's actually kind of crazy. I think a lot of people don't expect that.
I think it's a lot of haters. But Mushroom, what do you got? You got any other action on this fight here?
Well, I mean, obviously, first of all, the line is unplayable. It's way too fucking wide, especially for a person with a 4-year layoff, a history of fucking injuries. But God, her fucking wrestling is so fucking high level. 7 takedowns a fight. Her striking's okay too. I mean, she's the better MMA fighter, in my opinion, in this fight. You look on the other side, you got De La Rosa. She's improving her striking, I'd imagine. Pretty much a wrestler. She gets 6 takedowns, but I don't think she wants to fuck around on the ground with Suarez. Suarez's level's above on the ground. But I think this comeback is going to be legitimate for Suarez. Like, I don't think she's going to be like, she's not just doing this for one time. I actually like the concept of her playing with her food. I actually like the concept of maybe if she finishes, it's late attritionally just from the fucking mold she's going to put on this chick. But I'm actually playing Suarez, 3rd round decision prop. I actually like that play.
Interesting.
Okay.
Look, she's coming back. Why not get some fucking time in the ring? It's not like she's going to get pieced up. It's not like she's going to be getting hurt. Why not? Like I don't forget who said, but somebody said, just play with your food. And it may just goes in the morning, but I'm thinking she wants to go long. I think she's going to use this. I don't even want to say like practice, you know what I'm saying? But kind of like that. I think she's going to want to try to stay in there as long as can, but it might just happen from her whooping her ass so bad. So I'm going 3rd round decision.
That is interesting. I don't hate that either, and I did want to actually go. That's a good point. I want to go back to what you pulled up after TB. But when you look at the stats, it's interesting. We were talking about Tatiana Suarez's 75% control time, right? And we were talking about how impressive that really, really was, and it is. But in any other fight, or against any other fighter, I should say, Montana De La Rosa's 42% control time is actually kind of impressive. So, Mushroom, when you mentioned that, maybe Tatiana, then Montana wouldn't want to fuck around on the ground with her, like, I don't know what else she really does. Like, she uses her very bad striking, as you see at 29% striking accuracy. She uses her terrible striking accuracy to run in there, blitz, and try to grapple. I kind of think that she's going to almost force Tatiana Suarez's hand to submit her.
I like the ground and pound knockout, actually.
Interesting.
But you guys like it early, though, you're saying, right? Like 1 or 2?
Yeah, just because I think it's going to be one of those like try to run through her real quick and get another matchup while you're still healthy. Like I think that might, at the end of the day though, I could see what you're talking about, but I think my play will be one or
First off,
two.
I'll tell you a couple things. I'm looking at the preps on FanDuel, which are generally better. They have Suarez minus 105 by decision, plus 300 by submission, plus 400 by KO. So that tells me that by finish is going to be, plus money. But by finish is plus 125.
Yeah,
I
might
mean,
as well not get cute.
if you really want to shave this fight, if you really want to shave a minus 750 absolutely parlayable piece, UFC will win. If you want to shave that down, I guess you just take it by finish.
Or just fight doesn't go the distance.
Yeah, because fight goes the distance.
In case Tatiana gets hurt.
Plus 110. Interesting.
Oh, I'll just do that just in case Tatiana gets hurt. Why even get the extra 10 cents? Fuck that.
What do you mean Tatiana gets hurt? You mean if Montana
if Tatiana gets hurt?
Oh, gets hurt.
So then you get inside the distance either way, just in case the banana peel happens.
Plus 110. So
I'll do that. Fuck that. 1 unit. Let's go.
Or listen, or are you thinking it's happening early? Might as well go plus 130 at under 2.5.
The 1-2. What does that pay for round 1-2 combo?
Just 1-2 in general.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah, there should be.
At Rivers Casino, I can play that. This fighter rounds 1 and 2, and then the next step up is that 3 decision combo.
Right. Let's see, but just for the fight overall, you're saying, right?
Do you just mean just the combos or by specific fighter?
Yeah, I thought you were good. Well, you're both on the same fighter, so let's go with the specific fighter, Suarez. 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's plus 175.
And fight to not start round 3 is plus 150.
I like plus 150. Interesting.
Fight not to start round 3. So
I kind of
give up a little extra, not doing the 2.5. It's a question,
we'll but I mean, but you get an extra 25 cents picking Tatiana. So
right. All right. Well, I think we just got to boil that down as we see face-offs and make sure everything looks all right. But yeah, we'll obviously have Tatiana in some way on there.
Like I said, I have that crazy parlay. Maybe somebody will read. I think I might just stick with it. I got that 5-unit parlay with Tatiana and a minus 150 Krylov, which is obviously insanity. But
okay. Wow. All right. Sick. So yeah, Guru's got a big play out there. We'll see if that makes it on Bet MMA as that specifically, or if we got to make some adjustments. But I love the energy.
Yeah, you'll probably have to make some adjustments.
Yeah, just some adjustments. But anyways, we got the Mallet, Mike Mallet, versus Johan the White.
Is it Mallet or Malott? I've heard of Mallet. I've heard it both ways.
Yeah, I think it's Mallet based off of the commentary team and like the intro.
Mallet,
but maybe
we'll go Mallet.
All right, so we got the White Mallet versus the White Lion, right?
No.
I
mean, that was funny though.
What's Johan Linus's nickname?
No, you got that one right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I got my nickname right also for the White Mallet. So
right. No, but why did you add? No, I mean I guess his nickname is proper.
Oh come on, that one's. I gave a better nickname.
You can't
Mike
be
the
Mike
Mallet.
No, that's ridiculous. You can't say the same word twice.
Well, because he's fighting the White Lion, so
he could be the White.
Oh, so
he'd be Mike the White Mallet. That's actually would be funny.
Thank you.
Because like the White North or something, because he's Canadian.
Yeah, so American Alpha Male, he was a striking coach there as well, but he also was at like Niagara Top Team for this camp, and that's one of the reasons why Johan Linus wasn't at Niagara Top Team. But I think he's done a little cross training as well. I think he ended up a couple different places up there in Canada, and even ended up making his way to Farasa Hobby and boys over at TriStar. So both these guys have been kind of cross training, a couple different gyms.
Where'd you get that information from?
Just doing some Instacapping.
Look at you! I'm impressed.
Yeah, and that's how.
Listen, I give you a lot of shit. I gotta give you kudos when when you do something good.
Well, because listen, I know because like you saw Mal out there, and then Linus has been at top team in the past, but then he's not there. It's like, well, they're fighting each other. So, yeah. So, anyways, so but apparently they've even sparred once or twice. That I heard. Maybe the Allen Bros on Fight Night Picks. I usually like because they're not necessarily like a gambling show, but they give you great like historical analysis of like their regional scene too. So I like hearing what those guys have to say to like get some of their like some Fight Guys history that I might have not heard just from watching their fights with like regional commentators speaking in Russian or Spanish. So yeah, so anyways, we got a guy that actually likes throwing in combination and is like a striking coach versus a guy that says, me Hulk, smash overhand right. And if not, the white line is just gonna be like, listen, if not, I'm not gonna throw volume because I'm gonna gas the fuck out. And I'm definitely not gonna throw a bunch of takedown volume because I'm gonna gas the fuck out. I mean, the dude is huge and he's got long ass arms. Arms are heavy as fuck, if you didn't know. So it adds to a guy getting more tired, a guy with longer arms, bigger dude, big muscles, throwing big punches, and someone that's shown us before, slow down, cardio dumps. You know, Darian Weeks put in the volume on you. It doesn't 7 strikes pace, 7 strikes thrown per minute at distance, not landed, thrown.
Yeah,
that's horrible, Johan. So
slow.
Mike
But
Malott,
it's not. Well, it's not. It is kind of horrible, but it's more horrible, or the horribleness is accentuated by the fact that he is absorbing 3 more strikes than that, 3.5 more strikes than that per minute. That is what the problem is.
So Mallet, I mean, can he get into a pocket war? Sure, but even Mickey Gall throws more combinations than Johan Lainez. And I'm being fucking serious. Mickey Gall is more of a threat in the stand-up, striking in combination today than Johan Lainez. Could Lainez knock out Mike Mallet with a one-punch knockout from distance? Sure, he could. I saw Mickey Gall land a punch on Mike Mallet, but it was in combination in the pocket off a counter.
Okay. You wait a minute. You saw Mickey Gall land a punch on Mike Mallet. Is your quote?
Yes.
Do I need to remind you they were in a fight?
Yes.
Of course he lands a punch on him.
Like a head snap.
Oh, okay, he's fine.
Snappy.
Did he go to sleep? Did he go to the ground?
Oh,
he got a little boo-boo. He's fine. He can come and knock this dude the fuck out. Johan is sloppy. He's sloppy. One thing I've really noticed and learned from watching these fights, I'll kind of go a little bit to like Jack Della Maddalena and Randy Brown. There's levels on the ground. There's levels on the ground too. There's levels with the striking, man. For real. The defensive striking, your ability to pick your shots. Your ability to throw things that your opponent's not used to seeing. Mike Malott has that ability. You kind of see it. Mickey Gall was not. I don't know why the UFC kind of decided to move on from him. Honestly, maybe more his weight cutting stuff too. But to me, he's was a pretty decent fighter. I haven't heard him actually take a fight, so I don't know what he's actually doing. So. Yeah, I think Mike Malott's been taking his time, working in the gym, and he's going to come out here, and this is a setup fight for him. I mean, look at again. You just have to look at the stats, man. He's just the pace at distance from Mike Malott. 11. I mean, 11 strikes is nuts. So TB, can I ask you? So 11 strikes. Like, is that per 5 minutes? Pace at distance. Like, what's the measurement exactly?
Pace at distance is so it measures any strike. Like, so I take their total amount of control time and subtract it from their UFC fight time. And then I take their total distance strikes and I do a little division. And then that's their pace at distance. But I don't include their total strikes because that includes clinch strikes and that includes.
So how do I even contextualize? So 11 pace at distance means what exactly?
So someone is throwing. Really high, that's how many strikes are attempted every time they spend 1 full minute at distance.
Right. There's 11 strikes per. Yes, 11 strikes per 1 minute. That makes more sense.
So 60 seconds, you're throwing 1 strike every 6
per
seconds.
minute. Thank you. It was like 5 minutes. I couldn't figure out the minute percentage. That was my question. Thank you. Really stoned. Everybody thinks I'm really stupid now. I definitely knew that. I just
welcome
forgot.
to what I deal with on a regular basis. It's okay. I'm the mathematics mind in this chat.
Horrible. Yeah, that was
So,
funny.
anyways, I mean, are we
later.
passing off here? I think the people know we like Mikey, and it's good. It might be the parlay piece. It might be one of those.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, Mushroom, what do you got here?
Well, hey, I'm on the Mallett side as well. Well-rounded, more technical. He's the boxing coach, but man, he is kind of hittable sometimes. But I'm not fearing what Lioness has to offer up, to be honest with you. Listen, Mallett's the way better grappler, more athletic. He has more ways to win. Lioness side, like you said, what's he going to do? He doesn't want to slow down. Didn't he just have like a real low volume fight? 13 in the first round, 5 in the second, and 5 in the third against Weeks or something. You try to fight little against this guy. This guy's going to knock your fucking head off, or grab your fucking neck, or do something. Listen, I think, like you said, this is a setup fight. It's Mallett inside the distance all day. It's probably early. I'm going to see if I can play that Mallett round 1, round 2 combination. Maybe Mallett 1.5 or something looks good to me as well. So I like that.
I like what you're saying. I even like the fight not to start round 3 type situation as well. If you really think the fight's closer than that, because I do expect some violence here. So that's why I'm definitely glad that Mushroom Philly's in the house, because we expect some fucking violence here, and we got some extra cursing as well for it. I just think it's interesting that Johan, right? You say
Let's go.
That's
yes.
it.
This is why you people need to subscribe to Mushroom's channel, because this motherfucker is going to be going crazy on violence tomorrow.
Fucking wait.
You look at that. You look at that Darian Weeks fight. I mean, that was a split. That was a split decision win. It was, and Darian Weeks was promptly cut. He's not good. He gave up 100 seconds of control time, over a minute of control time, and he got. I mean, he got outlanded. He got outlanded by a lot. I don't know how did he win the fight? He got out controlled and outlanded and won a split decision.
Optics, I suppose. I didn't even think he looked good.
No, it didn't. That's what I'm saying. I watched him. I would bet on Lioness hard. I had huge money on Lioness. I did not think he won the fight. I thought we got bailed the fuck out. So, bro, he didn't win. Go, Mushroom, please.
Yeah,
I think that was it, right?
Oh no, I thought you wanted to say something. I thought you must have looked like you wanted to say something at that second. No, I didn't.
I had money on him as well, so I'll take the decision, because I've been fucked on the other side of those greasy decisions before too. But when they come my way, I'll fucking take it.
But to say, I saw somebody in the chat, and I'm thank them so much for being here. But I saw somebody in the chat say that he felt like it was 50-50, and that's kind of why I really don't feel like it. Dirty Greg. I'm really glad you're here, bud. I don't think it's 50-50, and that's kind of why, like, that a split decision to me should have been a loss to Weeks. Right, exactly. So that's when Weeks is out of here. Like, he's not UFC level. He's gonzo. He wouldn't wrestle. He had no pace. He didn't do anything. So he's gone. And now you got somebody in here, Johan Lioness, who's only got 6-7 minutes for you, and Malott, who has a way higher pace.
Yeah.
Look, and he's got a way higher pace. You're telling me that this guy, Johan, only has 7 minutes to get it done, and he's only throwing 7 strikes a minute? It's not enough. It's not enough. And this guy's the boxing coach. That means he's getting looks every day sparring boxing. Come on.
All right,
make sure you like and subscribe, man. We got the best guests, the best bets, and we're here every freaking Wednesday, man. Everyone for free.
Yeah, these guys are good, man. Definitely sub, man. Like these guys, sub to their channel, man. These guys are out there putting the work in every week. They got a great fucking show, as you can see, and always have a great guest. So I like that.
Hell yeah, only the best.
We brought a fan who used to be a fan. Now he's a capper himself. Gonna have his own content.
Right, and I was barred from the channel for a while. I got accidentally, blocked for a while.
The fake Andrew Tate brothers, whatever, came in the chat, and I accidentally blocked the wrong person, and it was Mushroom, and it took me forever to figure it out. The redemption has been had.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So now that we digressed fully, it's Eric Ghost Peppa Gonzalez versus Trevor Let's Take a Peek. plus 175 for Gonzalez. Nothing about his chin or gas tank or what happens when he starts getting connected on and shells up makes me feel good against a guy like Trevor Peek. Let's put it that way. It's minus 205 for a reason. Gonzalez has a huge reach advantage, 5-inch. He's going to be 2 inches taller. But like Trevor Peek just dealt with that on Contender Series. Just got molly-whopped a bunch around by a dude that was even bigger than Eric Gonzalez. And Trevor Peek said, "I bet let's turn the tables here." I think he's got what it takes. He's probably, minus 205, going to be another one of those guys I'm looking to throw into maybe one of my smaller degenerate parlays here. Maybe not the best bet of the night parlay, but that's really just because he's making his debut and I want to make sure what it's like. But Gonzalez, man, aside from landing, a ghost pepper, counter every once in a while, like, Jesus, chicken wings don't really work when it gets into the volume war. I mean, geez, he's shelling up with those wangs instead. So.
You know what they say. The doctors say they took an X-ray. Trevor Peek, he got that dog in him. He got that dog in him. I'm telling you, he is just absolute fucking savage. Just coming out like he's just a blitzer, man. He's a brawler. He wants to come out there and really scrap by any means necessary. And you really saw that in his fight with Kama Worthy, right? And Kama Worthy is a former UFC fighter, right? This fight happened outside the UFC right after Kama Worthy had gotten released. And he knocks him the fuck out. Kama Worthy gets knocked out plenty. But it was just the point. It's like you got to go out there and knock Kama Worthy out before he knocks you out. And he did. And to me, that was a really good sign. He's got a power puncher, heavy calf kick, a huge overhand right, willing to work the body, willing to grapple too, massive slams, and also willing to control against the cage and use the dirty boxing. Eric Gonzalez is somebody, right? You see him, he does have a good use of feints, and he'll fight for underhooks occasionally, but like he's got really poor striking defense, and it comes down to just where he holds his hands in general. And he will throw like a lazy. He did it, and he does it oftentimes more than not. Hopefully, he doesn't do it anymore for his sake. He'll throw lazy check, kicks or whatever, unchecked kicks or unset up kicks, and he'll throw them with his hands down. And he threw an axe fucking kick for no reason. You can't even reach Jim Miller from there. And UFC video game style axe kick against your little brother. Oh, I missed. Boom. Asleep. Gone. Good night. Done. Jim Miller style. A10. So I just think that Trevor Peek's going to get it done. I again like our props of our fighter and then round 1 or 2 grouping. I think Trevor Peek again does it somewhere early. And I think he gets it done. So he's got 7 wins and 7 KOs, 5 in round 1, 2 in round 2. So, I mean, if you want to even go round 1, you could go round 1. Okay. I don't think Eric Gonzalez has the medal. So now he's just a pony to be brought out to slaughter. Because you know what they say. It's I love Dan Tommy said this. UFC, it's ultimate filler content or unlimited filler content. We're just getting fight after fight after fight now. They're just putting shit out. So why the fuck not? Mushroom, please.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Peek as well. Listen, I know he's not the most technical. Maybe he doesn't have the best striking defense, but the fucking power in this guy's hands, he's winning with bad intentions. He wants to fucking hurt. He wants to take your head off. He wants to put that shit in the 3rd fucking row. He's a Southern kid, durable. It's always these guys with the losses. Look, they don't have any losses because they're fucking durable. I'm sure they've been hit with shit. I'm sure they've been, subs attempted on them. They're fucking durable. I think he's too much for Gonzalez to handle. I mean, the Gonzalez side, he's a rangy striker. But with the pressure that he's going to bring to him, that fucking range is going to matter. When you're up close, those fucking long rangey punches might be a little better when you're fucking at range. But when you're up close, they don't work as well. He can be pressured. He's got poor striking defense, man. And listen, the Jim Miller knocking the fuck out, man, Gonzalez is going to send this through the fucking shadow realm early, like you guys said. Wouldn't be surprised. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if Pete sends him into the shadow realm and fucking round one. I can always play a combo in Rivers where I can play the fighter, peak, and under 1.5 as well. So I'm going to look at something like that.
Bro, I got to pull up to you at Rivers Casino. I've never been there, Rivers Casino in Philly.
You guys will be in town maybe the next day or that Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We can always swing by there or something. Like, I'm willing to do that. I'm there on a Sunday, so I'll be there.
Dude, I'm literally there. I was just about to say, I was going to say to the chat as well, we're going to be CFFC 117, 118 in Philly, March 31st, April 1st. Be out there drinking, smoking, watching the fights. You know what I'm saying? Anytime there's local fights, we get out there. So I'm trying to get the local Philly man out there. We got to do a video. We got to do something. And at least just smoke some pot and watch some fucking fights. So.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
All right. Sounds like we're all in agreement. What?
Yeah, we are all in agreement. Wanted to make sure that we didn't have anything else to say.
That we took a peek at everything we needed to.
Yeah.
All right. So.
I was gonna also say, listen, anybody new in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Listen, if you smoke them, got them. If you got something to drink, crack that shit open. Let's get it going. And please like, subscribe, and share it around. Really means the world.
Yeah, you guys are the best, man. We wouldn't be doing. I mean, we're psycho enough to text each other all week, but like realistically, just the feedback from you guys, what makes us all worth it too. Like we love chopping it up with everyone.
100%.
So, talking about chopping it up, we got the robot Gabriela Fernandez versus Jasmine Jasdavicius. Sketchy long names. Sketchy.
I mean, it's just a lot of syllables. I mean, Jasmine, like none of the names are actually that bad except Jasmine's last name.
Jazzy.
If you can't read Jasmine, you might need to go back.
Right. Well, it's just so many syllables overall. By the time you get to the end of it, I'm like, I lost train of thought on my TV nicknames. But DJ Jazzy.
Yeah, there you go. One I actually like because I love the Fresh Prince. It's one of my favorite shows. Yeah. And then Gabriela Fernandez's nickname is just Gabby.
The robot. Robot.
Yeah, that's the robot.
I like the female
Brazilian robot.
Female
Brazilian robot. The female RoboCop? I don't know.
Yeah, well, okay. The only reason I'm saying all this is like I'm watching the tape on Gabrielle and my God, is she stiff? Like I get it, she's powerful, but it's like like it's not.
I think the word you're looking
she's
for.
More athletic than
there
I
you go.
am.
I think the word you're looking for is her striking isn't very fluid.
Yes, exactly. Very roboto. We need
to add Mr.
We need to add some WD-40 to those joints because I would like to see a little more bounce back here.
Dude, we need to add some.
Sheesh. Yeah. So but all right. So listen, I just think watching Gabriella get taken down nice and easily at times on the regional scene, and just be happy to not get submitted. And also, she gets in these clinch battles.
Bro,
and
did you see her getting taken down by the homie Edna Oliveira? Did you see her get taken down by the homie Edna Oliveira out here, coming out there with a record, fighting her heart out, 10-9, gets hit with a punch right to the ovaries, and I'm tapping. She taps the strikes.
That's it.
After winning, she's a huge underdog. She's winning the whole fight.
Yeah.
Gabriella finally fights to her feet.
Maybe her titty.
Gabriella had a 7-inch reach advantage and a 5-inch height advantage. She's losing the fight, and they finally get back up to the feet, and she hits her in the stomach, and I actually was like lower than the stomach, but like above the groin, and she goes down, and that she taps the strikes. It was bad. So Jasmine Jasdavicius did she have a poor, not a great showing versus Natalia Silva? Sure, I would say that. But Natalia Silva, other than being an absolute smoke show, is an unbelievable prospect. Somebody that, is really smooth.
WD-40.
Doesn't need any WD-40. She may be the WD-40 herself. Like, doesn't need any WD-40. She's just super smooth on the feet. She looked great. Just styling and profiling, a young prospect that people, need to look out for. And, and then she came out, Jasmine, in her debut as an underdog and beat Kay Hansen, which, people may say is not great or whatever, but she smoked Kay Hansen bad. So I have a feeling that I don't see why Jasmine can't do it here. At the very least, she's done this before. She's gonna have a size advantage, at least a little bit in terms of height. Like to see them face off, even if they're similar. Let's say fuck it. Let's say they're even on the feet. I mean, in terms of height,
Okay.
even on the feet in terms of height. You have an Olympic wrestler in Jasmine Jasudavicius. She's going to take her down. So, 4.5 takedowns attempted per 15 minutes. Sure, it says that she only lands one, but again, she couldn't get any versus Silva. So it skews her stats. Happens. Silva's awesome. We already established that. Gabrielle Fernandez is not awesome. Her record is suspect, and she's going down. Dog or pass. I actually feel confident on the dog. I already have a unit on it because I feel like the plus 110 is going to slip away, but maybe it doesn't. You want me to stop talking or bring it?
No, I'm saying let's go. Bring in the bets. Yeah, DJ Jazzy Vish. Let's go.
I almost like. I look at that number at plus 205. I'm diving into the couch cushions again, maybe for an under. Maybe Jasmine gets it done early.
Oh God, no! Oh God, no! You lost me there. You lost me there. But I'll take Jazzy all day. Let's go plus 110.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. You're right.
Mushroom.
She's a decisionator.
Mushroom. What you got here, doggy?
I mean, I could see. Maybe I can't really see the love for Fernandez. I mean, I get it. She's bigger, stronger, maybe has a little power in her hands, but man, she can't get on. Man, she loves just being stuck on her fucking back. I don't know if they put glue on her back when they send her out there or something. And that's all Jasmine has to do. I mean, first of all, she's a decent wrestler. She's good in the clinch. She's good in scrambles. I don't think she gets outstruck, but I don't know that that's going to matter much. I'm actually on the Jasmine side as well. I was leaning for Fernandez thinking about it. I think this fight probably goes to decision. I don't think anybody's finishing anybody. And again, just trusting that the wrestling, and this bitch just gets stuck on her back for 2 out of 3 rounds or 3 out of 3 rounds. So I'm, going Jasmine by decision. At first, like I said, I was leaning the other one, but after looking at it, the way she's off her back, it's fucking terrible. That was it. I couldn't do it anymore. I had to get off of that. So I'm going Jasmine by decision, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I do really like Jasmine here.
Beautiful point. If you go
that was the thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just finally came back to me. Very important to make note of. Gabriela Fernandez is taking this fight on short notice. She's not the original opponent booked. It's supposed to be Courtney Casey, right? These are the details that'll oftentimes get missed because we get excited about other things. It just happens, right? Not just us in general. Everybody, I think, can make these kinds of stuff. Oh, the fight's a catch weight. Oh, it's a short notice. Oh, this is an important detail. Gabriela Fernandez got the details of this fight, signed the bout 3.5 weeks ago. That's it. Not, so Jasmine been preparing this whole time. Her mentality doesn't change. Nothing changed for her. Except, whatever. Person X, person Y.
Hell yeah. And it just feels like the right play for me here. And I feel like there's a lot of hype that's, the line opened Jazz as the favorite. So
I love that too. So.
Just like we're going to smash the line on Jazz, smash that like button, people. We love you guys. So we're going to move on to the next fight here. We're going to take a trip on down. We got Jordan, the Monkey King, Levitt versus Victor. I used to be a catcher / first base / DH for a lot of different teams in the MLB, Martinez.
Nope.
Yep.
It's the Monkey
King. Yeah.
King,
he actually played for the Red Sox and everything, man. I remember.
No. It's
switch hitter.
He's got a very specific nickname. He's the Brick.
Vic the Brick.
Vic the Brick. Victor the Brick Martinez. And
Bricker.
Jordan, of course, Monkey King Levitt.
All right. So, ultimately here, Monkey King, I think, is just kind of like hated on overall.
I think he's so awesome.
Guru. I'll include the Guru in there because
I don't hate I love the Monkey King. I think he's hysterical.
No, because I told you about how
you liked him. You liked him against Patty Pimblett.
He gets a full round of control. A full round of control against Patty before he gets kneed in the face.
Oh my
goes
God!
Down,
he wasn't doing anything with it.
Yes, I know, but if he does that for 15 minutes, he legitimately wins.
Ask Jared Gordon that.
That's a great question. So, anyways,
okay, so no, that's why I didn't like it.
Okay, fine, but in this fight, Victor Martinez just loves giving his back. It's one of his favorite activities in every fight. He's been submitted a couple times. His own coach, Saif Saouda, as they're on Contender Series, they're like, what's there to know? Oh, yeah, Victor he goes on the front foot and his opponents know he's coming after him. It's like, well, how does that help Jordan Levitt? Well, he's just going to duck under, clinch him up, body lock takedowns, shoot for a double for the takedown. Like, Jordan Levitt is going to get this fight to the mat whichever way he wants. He's going to take the back just about whenever he wants because Victor loves these things. And let's be real, as much as Victor's gotten out of these situations, he's also been submitted in these situations. So, fuck, man. Levitt, minus 105. Levitt, if you can find plus money. Levitt by submission, plus 200. We're rolling the joint and we're sprinkling the keef. Okay, that's how I'm doing this fight.
Jesus, I don't know if I like that analogy either. Mushroom, you go. What are you saying?
I love that analogy as well.
You love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Guru just doesn't like anything I do originally because it wasn't his idea.
No, that's not it at all. But what I do like, and I'll give you the credit for this, you little salty bitch, is that I texted you and I was like, listen, man, I'm kind of stuck on this one. I need something here to push me over the edge. I need you to speak some clarity to me here, bud. Jordan Levitt, I don't think has faced as good a striker as Victor Martinez. I think that needs to be said. He has not faced as good a straight up striker as Victor Martinez yet in the UFC. You know, Trey Ogden is more grappling based. Matt Sales, come on, man. Claudio Puelles, come on, man. Matt Wyman, come on, man. Like really, I mean, there's nothing else to say. Matt Sales no longer in the UFC. Matt Wyman no longer in the UFC. Claudio Puelles, awesome, exciting fighter, but is a complete BJJ grappler. Like he cannot strike. Not his thing. So this is his best pure boxer that he's faced.
But he's gonna land 500 leg kicks.
But he's gonna not only is Jordan Levitt gonna land 500 leg kicks and decrease his mobility, he's just gonna end up backpacking him or hold him against the cage. Most UFC fights eventually hit the ground. Small cage, nowhere to go, gonna hit the ground. Jordan Levitt chomping at the bit to get back in the cage. Listen to his interview with Alex Bahunin on Low Kick MMA on YouTube, which is awesome. I just really like what I was hearing from Jordan Levitt. And I was able to get plus money on him. So I got 2 units on him at plus 100. So I think I beat the line movement there. So I'll get a little CLV. And let's get it, boys. Let's cash a ticket.
So what you got here, Mushroom?
Yeah, I mean, just before I start my green, you can see the green. I got Levitt by sub. I mean, here's how I'm going to look at it. Levitt is sloppy. He's a sloppy striker. He's fucking pillow fisting. 28% takedown offense, but if it gets on the ground, he's one of these fucking BJJ nerds that he has that old school BJJ, but he's still mixing in the new shit that these guys are facing. So he's got a little bit I'm telling you, I think if it gets on the ground, it's his world. We go on the other side. Obviously, Martinez making his UFC debut. Is that right? I think I'm right with that.
Yep.
He's a good boxer. He's better on the feet. He comes forward, but he has pretty poor takedown defense. He has a good get-up game. I get that. But I just think if Levitt gets it down maybe once, maybe twice, I think that's all it's going to take is, again, I think that Martinez has poor mat IQ. He gives up his back, like you guys said. And I think if he just does that one time, I think it's going to be enough for Jordan Levitt. That fucking BJJ nerd just can't wait to grab his fucking neck. I don't really like betting on people, guys that do twerking and all that stuff. But, instead of thinking with my heart on this one, I'm going to go with my head and say that this fucking dude, it's his world on the ground. And I think once it gets there, that's it. If I'm not mistaken, Martinez loses by a sub or something. I didn't write my full notes. I wish I would have done that.
I believe he's got two submission losses.
There you go. All right. Well, there you go. That's good enough for me because now he's going to have 3. So I like that.
One thing Victor Martinez did do well, what I've seen on tape, is he does get taken down very often, but he does seem to get up each time. But you're right. He puts himself in bad positions. And I think if Leavitt is hungry as I think he is, he's going to be hungry for that neck. Leavitt by submission, Leavitt by submission, plus 200 on DraftKings. Hasn't, I don't believe, opened up on FanDuel yet, but they'll probably give us a little bit tastier of a line.
All right.
Let's keep cooking.
We're cooking, baby. Chef TV's in the kitchen.
We still got plenty more to go.
Yeah, we do. We're picking up the pace, baby. We got CJ Charles Johnson minus 155 versus O'Day Osborne at plus 135. So
wait. Again,
we'll give them. We got Charles Energy Johnson versus O'Day,
the Jamaican sensation. So one thing that I'm going to ask, at least if you're going to do dumb, shitty nicknames, or at least not even know the nicknames, or at least read their actual nicknames, which you should do, is do it like, when you first read their names. So we don't have to read their names 2 or 3 or 4, 6 times.
All right, fair enough. So, oh my God, Lil Wayne has joined the chat. He's getting his lighter ready to start his verse. Yeah, listen, man, Charles Johnson, he just is the better striker here. He's more well-rounded in his striking approach. I think O'Day Osborne's a bit of a headhunter, and he doesn't have the greatest he doesn't have good defensive capabilities. I mean, quite frankly, on paper here, they have similar pace. But Charles Johnson's opponent have, 1, been much more high-paced than Osborne, and 2, have gone for and been much more successful at takedowns than O'Day Osborne. Charles Johnson, like Zhalgas Zhumagulov, O'Day Osborne is a step down from Zhalgas Zhumagulov as far as an overall fight IQ, ability to mix in boxing with level changes. They're like, O'Day does not have the cardio to do any of those things that ZZ did for 3 rounds. And Charles Johnson's not getting knocked out. He's not getting submitted here. Okay. Bring out the banana peels now that I said that. But I'm just saying, man, it's like Charles Johnson he's in fucking fantastic
Short notice, but
the dog was calling for the fight at Tiger Muay Thai right after he fucked up Jimmy Flick. Let's be clear here. O'Day Osborne, if he doesn't find the finish in round 1, it's going to be trouble zone from there on out. I don't have confidence in him to win over the course. And let's be frank here. When you face CJ Vergara and you only go 1 of 7 on takedowns, and then you see a guy like Tatsuro Taira go ahead and finish the job the way that a good young prospect is supposed to do it. Like, O'Day Osborne just isn't that guy. Brian Kelleher gets a round 1 submission on him. Manel Kopp lands the flying knee. Tyson now. O'Day Osborne's like, wait, I've seen this movie. I'll land the flying knee. No, you missed. Tyson Nam just knocked you out, buddy. Wake up. Like, when a guy like Tyson Nam goes 12 out of 23 on you and you're 15 out of 41, you don't have the right tools in the toolbox to land enough volume, because you should have been schooling Tyson Nam with your
but are you sure he doesn't have enough tools in the toolbox, man? He's got a really sweet flying knee.
You're right, man, and Charles better look out for that. But quite frankly, I think we haven't seen
a joke, right? Because he threw the flying knee for no fucking reason.
No fucking reason.
No fucking reason.
Well, other than the fact that he was starting to freak out that he wasn't landing consistently.
Because he doesn't have enough tools in the toolbox because he's not good.
Yeah.
Look at the stats, man. The one thing that O'Day has going for him is the pace, and Charles Johnson still outpaces him.
Yeah.
Distance landed minute at per distance, 7-5.
Yeah.
Absorbed. You can't hit Charles.
Yeah.
His distance accuracy, 12% better. His defense, 7% better.
Guru, you're looking smooth on another level. If only Justin could rock your style.
Dude, I appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking smooth. But, dude, what's even crazier, and I don't understand, the line was minus 170. CJ, now it's minus 155. What happened? Did you tell me Mushroom Philly put a big line, big deuce on O'Day, and they shifted the line? What do you got for me, Philly?
Fucking no one is. So I got Charles Johnson is my play. Let's just go over some things. The reason I like it, my little cliff notes here. I don't care if it's short notice or not. That's not too much of a red flag. If the one thing I may worry about, especially in round 1, is I think this is like the first time in a while he's facing a guy who's a really good striker, or at least a decent striker, you know. But he's bigger, he's more technical. You know, he's got good strikes himself, kicks, well-rounded, his pace, his pressure, good cardio, gets better as the fight goes on. And like, you know, Osborne, you know, Johnson's getting better as the fight goes on, and fucking Osborne's getting fucking slower and worse as the fight goes on. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Osborne, you know, he's a striker, rangy, he's got some power in his hands, but this is all stuff that's early. He's kind of inconsistent. He looks good, he looks bad. You know, and again with the cardio, especially late. So my pick is Johnson, third round decision. You know, I know he doesn't have a lot of UFC finishes, but I think just this cardio alone and the pace he's going to put on Osborne, attritionally, again, a third round / decision play is what I'm picking. So
I love that kind of third round or round 3 decision Charles Johnson type play. He does like to kind of start slow. They're gonna start fast, so maybe Charles will be feeling him out. Look to out pressure him. Yes, you're right. Charles Johnson, short notice, right? But I don't think it matters. He is a fucking dog. And he's gonna absolutely bring it. Somebody that is staying ready. Says Dana White, I'm staying ready. Anybody drops out for any reason, I'm ready. Call me. So he gets what he asked for, and he actually gets a decent matchup with it too. And I think that's something he can get done. Ode Osborne cost me a shit ton of money last time out too, so maybe I'm a little salty. Very, very stupid of me to be doing that, but you know, kind of is what it is. Part of the game. I felt like I wanted to bring up something else, but I can't remember it, so we're gonna move on.
YOLO, baby. We got oh man, is this shit? We are moving right along. Yeah, we got Joe Selecki versus Carl Deaton the third. We just found any old haircut off the street that we could. What?
I did remember.
What do you got?
Fine. I remember when I was just sorry. I didn't even mean to bring it up. Mushroom said that Charles hadn't faced any decent strikers. Zaglis is decent enough.
Well, Charles, yeah, to your point, I told striker, Guru earlier in the week, Zaglis landed 100.
I said the same thing, Philly, because I didn't want to call you out and like make it a dig. I did say the same thing, and TB brought it up.
So Zalgas landed 112 strikes against Charles. Ode Osborne, even in his cupcake matchup of CJ Vergara, only landed 77 out of 191. He's not gonna. He can't out volume Charles. So, word.
Thank you. Yeah, well done.
All right. So in our next one, we are working here to make sure. Yeah, Joe Selecki. What the fuck, man? Joe Schmo Selecki. No fucking nickname for this guy, Joe Schmo. And then we got Carl, the Anishinaabe kid. Like, what the fuck is going on, Carl? Carl, what the fuck is up with your haircut, Deaton the third? They're really letting your barber or you run around like that? What the fuck, man? What the fuck? So at the end of the day, I'm not going to value boy, Carl Deaton here, because if you can't trust him to make the right haircut decision in the chair, you can't trust him in the octagon. Shout out to you.
Sound like fucking numbers, baby. You sound like that is funny. I was about to say that's funny because that sounds like a Sadiq breakdown.
No, but also before that, I mean, you look at Ode Osborne and Charles Johnson. Yeah, Charles Johnson and Ode Osborne both have some questionable haircut decisions also, but at least they cancel out in that matchup.
I don't know, man. I'm not playing Joe Selecki. I see
Joe Schmo, baby.
I see people parlaying him. I see people this, that, the other.
Oh no,
to
no,
me,
I can't do that.
Dude, no fucking way. And let me tell you something else. Sure, this guy Carlos Deaton. I keep thinking there's an L in there.
Jesus
Carlos Deaton. I sometimes I get mental blocks with things. All week I've just thought there's an L in there because it's probably because he's the third. Yeah, Carl Deaton. The thing is he is willing to use his grappling, man. He likes to. He caught Justin James' kick 20 seconds in, took him straight to the mat. He's got good control against the cage, right? And he likes to use it, and he's going to wrestle. And one thing I know about Joe Selecki is that his cardio stinks. I don't care that he's the one with full camp here. His cardio is poopies. Don't like it. After the 7 and 8 minute mark, he shuts off. It's not great. So look at his striking, his pace to opponent pace. It's terrible. He's absorbing way too many strikes. But look at his distance per minute absorbed. Yeah,
no, opponent pace is how many strikes they throw. So
they're throwing and not hitting him at all. How is that even possible?
Well, he has a 58% defense.
Well, let's
and
see.
when you go ahead and start,
because nobody's thrown any strikes. Because nobody's thrown any strikes. I mean, nobody's really thrown any strikes at him. 15, 11, 31. Nobody threw anything with him. Everybody's grappling with him. That's why.
Right. So then when Jared Gordon gets him at distance and he's like, hey, you can't just sit on top of me and wrestle me, then yeah, when you get even in the control, like Alex De Silva fight, did he really? I mean, what was that point deduction dealio? Like,
it's horrible. He didn't win. It was not a good fight.
No. So
but it's a split decision.
When you get a guy that needs to wrestle Justin James to win a decision, you should be okay.
What does that mean? Justin James is a great striker. That's the one thing he can do. He can crack you.
Right.
So you want to wrestle Justin James. That's a smart thing to do.
I get it. Anyways, but there's no play for me here. No
exactly. Play. That is what I'm arguing to the death of me. But is that Joey. You cannot play Joe Selecki here. Like, I'm not doing what I did last week ridiculously and circling Lena Landsberg. I'm not circling Carl Deaton here because Joe Selecki should get it done. It should be a levels fight. But, like, man, he does not deserve this shit. So, I almost like the over minus 160.
Okay. And what you got, Mushroom?
Yeah, so I'm actually on the other side. I actually like Selecki. But, of course, there's a couple things. It has to be early. I'm actually going Selecki by sub, but I think it has to be early. Like I said, like you guys said, I mean, he's not wrestling too long. He's fucking around too long trying to get it, and he doesn't get it within that round and a half. He's probably fucked. I can see. I think he's the better grappler. I think he's fought a little bit better competition. Deaton making that USA debut that's right on that one too. I think right. He's kind of pillow fisted, kind of low volume. I think he's an offensive wrestler, but he has suspect takedown defense. I think Selecki gets him down early. They're still dry. I think he gets his neck or something. I can see. You guys make valid points for the other side. But I just have a feeling Selecki's going to get it down to the ground. He does well when he gets from the ground as far as subs go. But again, I'm giving it as my pick, but I'm going to do one of them things again. I'm going to pick Selecki by sub, maybe in round one, or I'm going to do Selecki under 1.5. That's the only way, because past that, that's it. I think that he's probably going to get finished at some point. That's my take.
Yeah,
we actually disagreed on one for once. So that's
no, but you know what? I'm going to give you a lot of credit there, Mushroom. You look at Joe Selecki's entire career, all of his submissions, all of them are round one.
Yeah.
All of them. So if he's getting a sub, it's in round one. So I think that's incredibly sharp, Mushroom. So, it's very, very well that this guy could come out here and just not look very good at all in his shitty haircut and in his UFC debut and just get sub round one. So why not?
I love it.
Yes, brother. All right, so here we go. We got Rafael the Turn Alves versus
fight.
Narulo Vitajik Eagle, or wait, Father's Plan Alia.
This fight could be one of the sleepers, one of the parlay busters, one of the I don't know what the fuck. This is one of the more interesting, peculiar matchups on the card to me. Dana White Contender Series guy in Alviv making his debut at 22 years old and a significant favorite to the well-seasoned and decently proven Rafael Alves. I mean,
very
well seasoned. We know exactly what to expect from him. 6 minutes of absolute Terminator hell, maybe even less. 4 to 6 minutes of hell, and then he's
shifty
exhausted.
dance move per
one shifty
7 minutes.
A hug and a high five.
Yeah. But listen, I think Aliyev, we've seen him consistently use the same type of approach, whether it be Contender Series or regional, and he's going to go for the body lock takedowns. He's going to go for volume wrestling. He's going to go to get up in your face. And, Alves showed, hey, sometimes I can kick someone in the dick before they get their wrestling going, then knee them in the face and jump Gilly. Sometimes that works, like against Mark Giacchese. Sometimes you get taken down, rinse, repeat over and over by a guy like Demirjian Magulov, who shows, hey, listen, Gillies don't work when you know how to defend them. And Nurullo Aliev, with his, reach advantage, with his size advantage, he does this crazy shit, not only like wrist control, but he does like fucking bicep control also. Like, this guy just knows how to manipulate other human beings' bodies when he's on top of them. Take that how you will. However, TB just said it. Really sketchy. However, I just think Nurullo Aliev, I'm not going to say he's going to get a finish. He's going to whatever. I like minus 180. I'm not a parlay piece, not even a play straight. But Alves, if he was a plus two, if you gave me the Deacon line or a little, like a plus 250, plus 300, I'd be thinking a little bit harder. But he showed me that his takedown defense is I'm a jump a Gilly. So, realistically, if that's where the fight goes, he's given up 28% control to who? Demir. Drew Dober wasn't trying to control him, so he didn't give up any there. Giacchese tried to, but he got kicked in the nuts and knocked out and then choked out before anything could even start.
That's very true. That's very funny. Yeah, I don't. It's really interesting. What I think is the most important thing for Aliev, of course, is to avoid the early onslaught from Alves by taking him to the ground. That's going to make him the most tired. You look at pace at distance to opponent pace at distance for Alves. He's absorbing twice. They're throwing twice as many strikes as he is, which is a lot.
Zynga. Yeah, TB's not going to play straight. That is actually what Guru's been waiting to hear for years of his life.
That what? You're not going to do what?
The joke was I said I'm not going to play it straight, and then Justin was like, TB's not going to play straight.
He isn't. Well, he isn't anyway. Anyway, he's got low T. He's got low T. Whatever he likes, he can't produce for them anyway. He's got very low T.
Extremely
Everybody,
low T.
thoughts and prayers for TB and his low T. So I didn't know
if Guru's not careful, I'll have to twerk after. That's
oh my goodness.
No, we're gonna let Die Hard do that. I'm not twerking for you guys.
The cameras could not handle that ass twerking.
So Mushroom, what do you got here, though?
Well, I want to start off on the Alves side. He's got fast striking, power in hands. He's dangerous early. Okay, man, these fucking guys with these cardio issues, especially late. And man, this dude's pretty shitty off his back. Now, on the other side, I get the guy's making his UFC debut, but the guy's a good wrestler. He's a control grappler. He maintains position even during ground and pound. He cuts off the cage. He's a decent striker. Brings the pressure. I think it's going to be too much. I'm going to go Aliev third round decision. I like that prop as well. I play that prop a lot. Ever since I got that prop at Rivers, man, that's it for me so many times. And I put in a bunch of DJ parlays and shit like that as well. So that's the play for me. Aliev third round decision.
Nice.
I like it a lot because if you actually look at Aliev's tape, he's not the prolific finisher he showed himself to be in his Dana White Contender Series debut. Of 7 fights, he's got 5 decisions. That was his second professional KO. So the chances here that he does it again, will only really come, I think, late, if ever, when Alves gets tired. So I think it's a perfect handicapping there.
Plus 150. I like that.
Well done. I think that's a cashing ticket for sure. I don't even think that's Grandma's couch cushions. I think that's a play.
Let's go.
I'm playing it for sure.
All right. Time to go digging deep. We got to go to Grandma's house. It's Haley Cowan versus Eileen Perez. And Grandma, I need some singles this time because this one's going to get interesting.
One more time.
Yeah, Eileen's going to be shaking. Talk about twerking. Eileen's going to be shaking her ass. But she's not going to wait for a win. She's just going to do it at like the fucking face-offs as she's getting introduced for the fight.
Dude,
she doesn't care. She'll do it whenever.
She's got quality behind.
She's got great gluteus
Respectfully.
maximus, hamstrings or quadriceps well developed. No, but in all seriousness, I was actually kind of impressed going back and watching the tape of Eileen Perez against our buddy Stephanie Egger. I actually thought, Perez didn't do the worst overall. I like that she kind of imposed her physical will at times. And I think that overall, like, her grappling wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Like, she was actually she went from like a armbar attempt rolling into a heel hook attempt while Egger, and then was able to use that to stand up against Egger and reverse position. Then she ends up on top of Egger at another point. Eventually Egger, ends up working through, ends up getting her final takedown. And as she's, as Perez is trying to like shake her off the back as Egger's trying to go for a choke, she ends up rolling off, armbar specialist, gets another armbar on Perez. But I came away actually a little bit more impressed than I was expecting to be, given how the regional tape had looked. And Haley Cowan, you want to talk about robots? We found another one. She's a fucking robot. I know she's athletic. I know she's explosive, but she's not fucking smooth. She's not. And even though Perez is a little bit wonky and not quite, the best, most technical fighter, I just think she's going to look a little bit smoother in these exchanges. And Cowan loves playing the clinch and like whatever game. And she also loves getting put on her back and just controlled at points in her own right. And Perez, she's got the UFC experience. She's twerked on the big stage before. I'm gonna take the dog shot here. Let's go. Grandma, give me a few singles. I know you can afford it, okay?
That's hysterical. You're going to take grandma's money to the strip club.
Let's fucking go. She has no idea what I'm using it for. It's just some chocolates, Grandma. Come on.
That's amazing. No, but seriously, so I put a tweet out, who's going to get the win, right? And I put up the girls, right? And I put up the poll, and we got 100 votes on the poll. So 59% on Perez, 41% on Cowan at this moment. Very interesting for that. And I kind of agree. So when I started on Cowan, just from pre-tape preconceptions, when I went back and watched the tape, Haley Cowan, first off, that Dana White Contender Series fight was horrible. Horrible. She wins round 1, lost round 2, nearly subbed multiple times. And round 3 is an absolute coin flip. 2.5 minutes of control time each. She's got the first half, gets reversed, can't get up for the rest of the second half. Coin flip. Doesn't fucking deserve to win. It doesn't matter. It's fit. It was horrible. You look back at her regional tape. The fight before that, she loses to Kelly Clayton. Right? Other than beating Monica Franco, she loses to Kelly Clayton. 1-2. 38 years old at the time, now 39.
Oh, God.
She's fucking getting beaten up the whole time. It's choked out. Horrible. Then I literally, somehow I'm like, wait a minute. I need to be sure. I watched the fight versus Brittany Cloudy. Girl is 2-1, 32 years old. Split decision. The fight is back and forth. I couldn't even believe it. She's giving up things on the ground. She cannot get up. It's horrible. Complete suspect cardio. Lacks the urgency to get up. Poor grappling defense. Robotic striking, like TB mentioned. Chin issues. Gets dropped. Oh, that was the other thing. She gets dropped in round 2 by Cloudy. This girl's 1-2. She's dropping you on the feet. And the one thing I saw about Eileen Perez, when you look at her regional tape, which again is suspect plenty, fighting at Samurai Fight House. She's literally just fighting in a gymnasium in Brazil. And she's beating the piss out of these girls. Knocking them ground and pound. Literally just knocking them out, rear naked choke. A couple decisions sprinkled in there. One of her big losses is against Tamir Vidal, who's now in the UFC, and it's a round 3 loss because she illegally kneed her in the head. So she's winning the whole fight, and loses in the last 2 minutes because she hit her in the head with an illegal knee.
Well,
Dumb.
she did like 5 billion other illegal things in that fight.
Fine.
Also,
Yeah,
like
whatever.
anything that she could do illegal in that
Great.
fight, she was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it."
Call up Lou. We're using his yam bags. This is a
Ooh.
yam bag fight.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Bet a yam bag
Yeah,
on these
Daddy.
inexperienced ladies, but I actually like Aylin Perez to shake her ass all over here and get it done.
Oh, Daddy, let's go.
Shake that thing for a high noon
Sorry.
My
on a
God.
delicious day.
Oh my God.
Give
Mushroom.
it up.
Are
Yeah.
you twerking?
Not twerking. Nah. Let's put it this way. Like, here comes Cowan with her UFC debut with her fucking poor takedown offense. Low level competition. She gets stuck in her back, like you guys said. Is she a fucking gymnast or something like that? What do they do? The pommel horse? The only thing getting fucking pummeled in this fucking match is probably going to be her. Listen, Perez, grappler. She might have a little. I think the Cowan's bigger in this one, right? Now, usually Perez uses size as a fucking bully, but I think she could still take care of this gymnast or whatever she is that turned the fucking MMA. Like, have one aspect of fucking MMA before you come to MMA. Like, be a fucking wrestler or be a fucking striker or be something. Be a jiu-jitsu. Like, be something. But a gymnast, look, I don't want to hate on her, but I'm saying maybe it's too much too short, especially the way she looks when she gets stuck on her fucking back. I don't know. I don't know that she's going to last here. I think Perez, I think what's Perez, four knockouts, 1 sub, and 2 decisions as a pro. I mean, I think she's going to go through this girl. When though, I'm not going to call a prop on it. I'm just going to say inside the distance for Perez at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it
honestly,
a lot.
Yeah.
I think there's some value on that, so I think it's worth a little grandma's couch cushion play.
Value ties me, Captain. We're sprinkling that Keef again. Let's go. We got the joint rope at Eileen Perez bag.
This is a very grandma's couch cushion week. We're prepping up for this incredible John Jones pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need all y'all people. Listen, I appreciate you guys being here, but if you're gonna be here, please just throw a little like on the video. It doesn't take much, but it helps out us so much. And then go ahead, take a little extra time, slide your finger over a couple millimeters, and just subscribe to the channel, man. We put out content every week, great guests every week, free bets every week. And we got Jose Johnson versus Garrett Armfield. And this one, I mean, oh boy, we went from Garrett Armfield facing one of the biggest, featherweights out there to facing like the biggest bantamweight you could possibly find. However, I just don't think he's the most skilled bantamweight, and I think he's a step down from Onama. So Garrett Armfield minus 155. I'm not leaping to take it, but will he find his way in a degenerate parlay? Yeah, probably. For me, at least. I know Johnson is like super violent, but I think you really have to have like a level of technical skill behind that physicality. And I just don't know if Johnson is like the correct level of that. No. And Armfield's already been here, done that. So Contender Series fade. Shabam! Thank you, Clinty. Let's go.
Yeah, no, 100%. Jose Johnson kind of really got lucky in his UFC Dana White Contender Series fight, right? He's fought Cartwright.
Cartwright?
Yeah,
Cartwright. I call Cartwright. Nobody answer. I give table away.
She say curse word. I
hang up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, yeah, no, he didn't look good with his rat tail either, or his fight. He nailed a ton of takedowns, but didn't throw any strikes. So while he probably could have won the fight if he had thrown any strikes with all his control of Jose Johnson that he had, he didn't. So he lost. It was really wasn't that Jose Johnson won the fight. It was that Cartwright lost the fight. And what I thought was interesting about the prospect in Garrett Armfield is that they kind of fed him to the wolves again in an incredible prospect again with David Onama. They're like, oh, they had a fight on the amateur circuit. Let's let him scrap it out again.
Well, that was on 1 week notice.
Again, it was on 1 week's notice. Let's do it to him again.
They were like, oh my God, we need someone to fill in. Anyone? Oh, someone he fought when he was an amateur. Let's go.
Yeah. And listen, and it's not like he doesn't deserve to be here per se. His only losses are to, again, now David Onama twice, once amateur, so it doesn't count, but once professionally. Ronnie Lawrence, who's a great wrestler. So, okay, so he got out wrestled in his third ever pro fight. And he lost to Matteo Vogel in a fight that if you have UFC Fight Pass, I ask you to go watch because it's a fucking insane fight. He's beating the shit out of Vogel, who's a good prospect, actually fighting in March in Canada or whatever. Still a good prospect. He's beating the piss out of this guy. Bam, bam, bam. Eating punches. His nose is broken. He's bleeding. Gets him in the second round. Still beating him up. He's about to beat him up. Dude goes for a desperation takedown. He gets it, and he chokes out Armfield. And Armfield is devastated. So, yes, it's something interesting on the tape, but at the same time, like, I just kind of saw it as still just a young kid making young mistakes. He's 24 at that time, is still now 26. I expect him to be better than that. And he's shown that basically so far. He showed really good grit versus David Onama. Onama is going to put a pressure and a power that Jose Johnson simply doesn't have. His hands are really down low just based on where he holds them. So he's got his own suspect takedown defense as well, Jose Johnson. Like, he's got his own questionable fight IQ and other things to worry about. So it's all on the tape. So without further ado, Mushroom, please take it home for us.
I mean, you guys hit a lot of nails on the head. Let's start with the Johnson side. I guess he's like a Muay Thai striker or whatever. He does have power in his hands. He, puts his opponents there in the fucking shadow realm. His fucking hands being raised and they're still fucking sleeping. But he has a problem. He has poor takedown defense. And when he loses fights to guys that can wrestle and grapple. I understand he's got a good get-up game, but some people's hold-down game are better than others. I'm looking at the Armfield side here because he moves forward, he uses jabs, his kicks. I mean, he's a good wrestler. He can win minutes for you, that's for sure. I'm kind of tossed up. Like, I don't want to do a third round / decision for Armfield. So I'm just, for now, I'm going to pick Armfield. Like, I just don't know what method yet. But I like the Armfield side in this fight. No bet, just pick.
I wouldn't pick a method. I would just I just think the fight's going under 2.5, like the books have it, at minus 175. Or even fight doesn't start round 3. If you want to be cute, if you want to get even cuter and you want to pick the side, I think you go Armfield round 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 5 KOs and 3 subs. You don't want to get tricky in terms of picking which method.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like it. I like that it doesn't go to distance. That's good. I'll be putting that in the.
And Jose Johnson, right? Jose Johnson is somebody who's lost 7 times, 3 by submission and once by KO. So maybe if you're leaning submission just because of that, I don't blame you. But a guy that's not afraid to lose is a guy that's not afraid to lose. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, hey, boys, we did it. What a fucking show. Having Mushroom on.
Thank you.
Guys, can the chat, everybody let him know how well he fucking did in his debut?
Yes, please.
Thanks.
I don't know how used to you are to 2-hour podcast. So, like, I mean, you killed it, man.
Love it. Thanks, man. I watch all the time. Even when I was banned, I couldn't participate, but I still watched you guys. I was tweeting you guys during the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, hey, can we do a DJ parlay real quick?
Yes,
Please,
let's do it.
Absolutely.
What's the DJ parlay, my friend? Let's hit it up.
I don't know what it pays. I haven't checked it out yet because this is what I'm using my phone. I would usually find out on. It's a 4-legger. It's fucking DJ as fuck. That's all going to be methods. So we're going to go Muniz by sub. We're going to go Selecki by sub. We're going to go Pete by knockout. And we're going to go Jordan Levitt by submission.
Who by knockout?
Peak.
Pete by knockout. And I love it. I'm in. I'm hitting it up. We're going to do it all together.
Hit it throwing it together so we could get the final line here for the people.
Oh, they don't have the peak sub they don't have peak sub on DraftKings.
Okay.
No, PKO.
PK, they don't have anything up on DraftKings yet.
No inside the distance, nothing, right?
They might have it on Bet365 though. I'm gonna try to
They
pull it
might, but yeah, not there. So we'll have to wait and see.
Hang on,
for
I'm
the
gonna see
4-leg portion, unless Bet365 has it. But we got
method.
Muniz by sub. We got
I got it. Okay. All right, so we got Peak by KO. Okay, so we just got finish. That's the method. We can just do finish. So it's Peak by finish. You want
Muniz
Levitt by
sub.
finish.
Levitt by sub.
I don't think I can. I don't.
All right, so we'll have to see. Make sure you're following at mushroom_Philly because he's gonna post this Degen parlay as soon as he lays it.
I'll be actually putting it out on my YouTube debut for my full card breakdown show on the Mushroom MMA channel. Anybody that's in the chat, anybody that hasn't subscribed to it yet, go there. I'm going to put out a great show tomorrow. I'm going to go live. It could be a fucking train wreck because I'm not very fucking tech savvy. But I'm having my son come over and try to get things ready for me. And look, it's either going to be a great time or a fucking train wreck. Either way, it's going to be fucking awesome. So if everybody could just subscribe to my channel, come check me out. I try to stay over people's toes. I'm taking Thursday nights, people. Thursday nights, 10 p.m. every week. You can come see me doing my live breakdowns, doing the Degen parlay. And I'm going to put as much content as I can. Anything I can think of, I'm going to put out there. I appreciate everybody. So much love I already got in the MMA community. Thank you, everybody. I say this all the time. There are millions of us out there, but we are all one. Another thing I like to say is, let's fucking go! Oh, and violence.
I fucking love that. On that note, let's get the fuck out of here. Next week, UFC 285. Finally, the return of the GOAT, John Bones Jones, taking on Cyril Gane. Heavyweight title fight. Francis Ngannou, right? So, exactly. Let's get after it. Yeah.
Look, I want to thank you guys again for giving me a chance. It's awesome, man. Thank you guys very much. Anybody out there that subscribes to me or likes what I do, you got to see what these guys do every week. Please follow these guys. Give them a like on your way out. Subscribe to them on YouTube. Subscribe to them on Twitter. Let's all get together and make some motherfucking money this year. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.